I run a multi-million dollar home renovation company in the Washington, D.C. metro area, all from my home in coastal North Carolina with 4 tools. Zero developers, no custom code, no wasted admin hours. You don't know how to code, you just need to know how to orchestrate tools. This is the exact operating system that I use that keeps me sane, and I built it all myself. This is the exact architecture of my company, MaxHousePrice. Airtable lives in the middle. This is our single source of truth. Everything lives here. Leads, projects, those 1,400 items that we built in videos, it all lives in here. Everything runs through the system, nothing's re-entered. This is a sample base that is a representation of the Airtable base that I actually use to run our company. We have these great Kanban views with all of our leads, our appointments, our active projects, our closed deals. We can click in, we can see all kinds of details on these opportunities, our operations, tasks, our day-to-day management, everything that we need to see, financials, documents, contacts, our estimator, it all lives right inside of here. Make is our plumbing. This allows when something happens in Airtable, Make handles what happens next. This crazy scenario actually generates our proposals automatically from our team. Here's one where we can create calendar invites, watches records in our Airtable base, and then when it happens, it follows a process to make it happen. Google Chat notifications, no problem, same thing. Watching our database, hits a certain trigger, and boom, messages go right to the team. And how about Google Drive? This was a good one for us after going through all of our disorganized files. I'll be talking about that later. This keeps everything structured and neat. And by the way, I have some tools that help me to use this, and I'll get to that in a second. Next is the Google Workspace suite. I could not live without this today. I absolutely love it. Mail, our chats, all of our messages through our team with our contractors and our team, individual members, all right here, our meetings, and Gemini is always right here. If I need to find information, help with an email, have a question, want to look at something, it's right there. I also use Gemini to help me with many other things. If I need to do some deep research on market opportunity or process, Gemini is great because Google owns search. They have everything right here for you. Need to create some images. That image I flashed in the beginning, guess what helped me? Yep, I got some help with Gemini. Want to learn? Great, you can learn right here in Gemini and create different training tools. Claude Cowork, that has become my new best friend. I absolutely love it. It is so powerful. It allows me to create files, crunch data, organize my desktop, prep for a meeting, draft messages. I used it recently to create a 2026 marketing blueprint for MaxHousePrice. I used Gemini to research my past clients to do some analysis with census data, information from MVAR to find out my ideal client persona, some strategy, and an execution plan. Here's what most people miss. These tools aren't competitors. They're a team. Gemini thinks, Claude executes. I use Gemini to plan the strategy, then Claude to build the actual thing. Those scenarios that I built in Make, where I was showing you how to create a proposal or I scan through them, I work through these two AI platforms together to plan the strategy and then Claude to break it down in a way that I can understand and go execute. Need some code or need some JavaScript? No problem. They can handle it. Claude gets stuck? Great. I'll post it to Gemini and Gemini will give some feedback and I'll paste that back into Claude and vice versa. Airtable holds it all together. Make makes it move. And all of these tools work together where we can do more with less. So that's the architecture I use to run MaxHousePrice from my home in coastal North Carolina while my team's in the DMV. But does it really work on real tasks? It does. You've already seen a little bit. On my next video, I'm going to show you how I recently started using Cowork to scrub old leads in my system against property record data to see, had these clients sold their homes? What was the status, so I could help my team figure out who are the best people in our database to be following up with right now. If you want this architecture for your own business, subscribe and join that final video where we'll put the final hands to work.